Welcome to this YouTube channel English with Sashikant. So today we are going to have conversation with Mushkan ma'am, and she is a teacher. तो हम लोग आज बातें करने वाले हैं व्हाई इंग्लिश इज इंपॉर्टेंट वी विल डिस्कस ऑन इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ इंग्लिश ओके। तो आप लोग ये पूरा कॉन्वर्सेशन सुने 20 to 25 मिनट का ये कॉन्वर्सेशन होने वाला है। तो पूरा कॉन्वर्सेशन सुने और बहुत चीजें आपको सीखने को मिलेगा इस वीडियो में कि आपको क्यों इंग्लिश सीखना चाहिए, इंग्लिश के बाद इंग्लिश की क्या जर्नी है, मुस्कान मैम ने कैसे इंग्लिश सीखा एंड शी इज अ टीचर। सो ऑल ऑफ दिस थिंग यू विल लर्न इन दिस वीडियो। सो big continue. Okay, let me invite Muskan ma'am. Yeah. Uh, Hi, Mushkan, ma'am.
Hi, good
Nice to
evening.
meet you.
Same here.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. What's about you?
I'm good. So,
Okay.
please, ma'am, introduce yourself a bit so that new student can know something about you.
Okay. Firstly, I would like to thank you, especially thank you so much for inviting me here.
Hmm.
And I think so after this interview, I think that will be really going to be grateful for the new beginner
Yeah,
students
definitely, ma'am.
because, yeah, so you have already told about myself, like I am a teacher.
Hmm.
So it was a really a great journey than I had in my previous time about English spoken, then how
Okay.
did I learn how to speak English.
Hmm.
So, yeah, whatever you want to ask about
Okay.
that whole journey, I'm here
Okay.
to speak up.
So ma'am, we will be discussing in both language, Hindi and English both, because कुछ
Okay.
नए स्टूडेंट हैं जो कि जिनको अभी इंग्लिश उतनी अच्छी नहीं आती है, तो
Okay.
उनके लिए भी आसान हो जाएगा चीजों को अंडरस्टैंड करना। ओके, तो हम लोग हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में रखेंगे, इंग्लिश काइंड ऑफ थिंग।
Okay.
ओके, या
Okay.
ओके, गुड।
Yeah,
So,
sure.
first thing, ma'am, I want to ask you, and we will discuss on this point that why English is important in this special age in 2023. Why English is important? What do you think about this?
Okay, well, if I talk about English,
Mhm.
so according to me, it's not only a language, only a subject that is learned by us for the all students,
Mhm.
only for getting marks.
Yeah,
Because, yeah, we all know that that is also included in our subjects like Hindi, mathematics, social studies. So we study English also like that. But in nowadays, in Nivira, I think it has become a way of communication, a way of convey our feelings, our words, our thoughts to others.
yeah,
So that's why it has become one of the most important languages for all of us. So
definitely,
we can't determine it, we can't consider it as like a subject. We
definitely.
have to consider it like a language that is much important than others.
Yeah. So, मैम, मैं क्या सोचता हूँ स्पेशली इंग्लिश के बारे में। Nowadays what happen in small town, especially in small town and in small village, in villages also, तो छोटे शहरों में और गांव में क्या होता है कि जब स्टूडेंट इंग्लिश बोलने नहीं जानते हैं, दे आर वेरी मच अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट। वो बहुत ज्यादा अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट होते हैं, वो अपने आप में कॉन्फिडेंट फील नहीं करते। सो
Yeah.
बट द थिंग दैट व्हेन दे लर्न हाउ टू स्पीक इंग्लिश, दे बिकम कॉन्फिडेंट एंड दे समहाउ, आई पर्सनली फील दैट राइट नाउ अगर आपको इंग्लिश आती है तो आपकी कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत अच्छी हो जाती है। और दूसरी बात कि ये आपके करियर में बहुत ज्यादा हेल्प करता है, करियर में बहुत ज्यादा, बिकॉज इफ यू नो हाउ टू स्पीक इंग्लिश देन यू विल गो टू सम मल्टीनेशनल कंपनी इफ यू वांट टू वर्क विथ सम ग्रेट कंपनीज like Google and Amazon and some like great companies if you want to work with. So you have to understand, you have to know how to speak English. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think according to me, I assent with you. I agree with your words
Yeah.
because I think so. When I have my own experience, I know that.
Mm.
I think 2 and 3 years back, when I never ever thought that I would be a part of like that kind of meeting
Yeah.
in which I can say to somebody like
Mm.
English is really necessary for all of us. Because on that time, I was unable to speak up English.
Mm.
So whenever I was thinking to speak with somebody,
Mm.
so I was feeling so stuck in my mind like yeah, if someone if come across to me like and he and she just speaks with me, so
Yeah.
I just feel like that, yeah, that person has a great personality. It's
Definitely.
that person really a great person, like because of that, because he and she has a great knowledge about English, because
Definitely.
he is able to speak up with
Hmm.
me and with others. So I think that impact is like different thing for all of
Definitely.
us.
Hmm.
We just feel that, yeah, that is the only person who can do work at any place, who can do anything. We don't know
Definitely.
that person is intelligent or not,
Yeah.
whether he is intelligent and he whether he is good in academic or not. No
Hmm.
matter about it, it doesn't
Definitely.
matter anytime.
Yeah.
But हमें क्या लगता है, we
Hmm.
think that कि हाँ, he is good in English, she is good in English, so basically he
Hmm.
is good in every field,
Yeah.
each and every field. So हमारे
Definitely.
अंदर एक मोटिवेशन आता है कि when he can do, then why can't we? So we have
Definitely.
to do something.
Hmm.
So जब मेरे को नहीं आती थी, मुझे भी ऐसे लगता था लोगों को देख
Ma'am,
के
sorry to
कि
interrupt you. Please tell me about your English journey. How did you become this much fluent and you are able to speak right now? आपकी इंग्लिश की
ओके
जर्नी क्या है? आपने कैसे सीखा और क्या क्या चैलेंजेस आपने फेस किए? थोड़ी सी उसके
ओके
बारे में बताएं, प्लीज.
yeah, sure, I'm going to tell about each and every story of mine, what
ओके.
happened with me.
हम्म.
I think I have told you that 2 and 3 years back I was unable to perfectly speak with somebody.
ओके.
Like my confidence level was also so low because I was unable to speak. So
हम्म.
what happened with me, when I told you I'm a teacher, so I
हम्म.
have been teaching in this school since last 7 years.
ओके,
So
7
when I
years.
started coming here on that time as a computer teacher, I was hired there.
ओके.
So what happened with me? I thought that on that time, like I had to improve myself because when I was talking with someone, especially the person in my school who was English teacher on that time,
हम्म.
so that person started talking to me in English, and I got stuck on that time.
या.
That was the first instance, like I can say, that was the first incident happened with me.
हम्म.
So I thought that because I am a daughter of principal where I'm working right now,
हम्म.
so that was like I was feeling like it is a bad turn, is bad reputation for me
डेफिनेटली.
if I'm not going to talk with someone. It was my guts, I felt it.
या.
So I thought on that time, then I have to do something for improving myself.
हम्म.
And the second example I want to give you,
हम्म.
I went somewhere
हम्म.
in a city I went,
हम्म.
and I like basically to talk with foreigners.
हम्म.
It is my, like we can say, I'm willing to talk with people,
हम्म.
and especially foreigner peoples. So there were 4 and 5 members, and they were selling a book.
ओके.
So I went there and I wanted to purchase that book,
हम्म.
but instead of purchasing something, I wanted to talk with them. So I started talking to them,
हम्म.
and a very bad thing happened with me that I wasn't talk properly with
ओके.
them because I was feeling like what to do,
हम्म.
how to speak with them because they are fluent, because they
हम्म.
that language relate to them.
हम्म.
That language
They are
was their
native
own
speaker.
language. Yeah,
Since
they were
their
native
childhood, they were
speakers.
speaking English language.
Yeah, and it's not my language, and I
Yeah.
am good in my own language. So that's why I was thinking like how to speak, what to do. I spoke something there, a little bit like tutti frutti
हम्म.
broken
हाँ.
like English I
हाँ.
used there. But
Definitely.
I was feeling so bad because that was not good enough for them. They didn't get my point. So I
Okay.
thought that, yeah, if you really wanted to get something, whatever you really want in your life,
हम्म.
like I wanted to talk with them, that was my like willingness, so I wanted to talk with, but because of lack of practicing, because lack knowledge of English, I didn't speak properly. So on that time also, that was the second incident with me, that I thought like I
हम्म.
have to do. That is the point.
हम्म.
On that time, I thought it.
Sorry.
I have how to do it. Whatever, how to speak, like
Security.
what kind of protocol I have to apply, but I have to speak. So from that time, I started doing little bit concept for me
हम्म. हम्म.
because everything happens with efforts. We
Yeah.
can't get anything until we practice.
Definitely, ma'am.
Any
I agree with you.
language, yeah,
हम्म.
any language, any new thing we want to learn, so we have to do something in our life. So I started like I started looking for an application, anything, because I belong to a rural area.
Yeah.
So for me, it was so difficult to find the people with
Hmm.
whom easily I can talk,
Talk.
because I belong to Haryana. So
Hmm.
Haryanvi people never want to
Yeah.
speak in Hindi language. So it is so
Definitely.
difficult to find the people with
Hmm.
whom I can talk in English.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I started looking for any applications, like, so I found something there, and
Hmm.
I started talking with people.
Hmm.
Before talking the people,
Hmm.
I started looking, I started watching some videos,
Hmm.
basically
Hmm.
like video. Now we are talking to each other, that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
videos I
Conversation
started
video,
watching.
normal English
Yeah,
conversation video
yeah,
on
English
YouTube.
conversation videos,
Hmm.
like some translations.
Hmm.
Sashikant, according to me, some
Hmm.
people say like that there is no need to know about grammar for speaking English.
Hmm.
But I think so. It's my own experience
Hmm.
says like, if you really want to be a good speaker, so need to be good in your grammatical portion
Definitely,
also.
ma'am. Agree with you totally. We
Yeah,
want to speak English, but what we want to speak grammatical correct English,
gram-
but
yeah,
we
yeah,
do
yeah.
not want to focus on grammar. This is the problem. मतलब हम
This is the
इंग्लिश तो
problem.
बोलना चाहते हैं और हम चाहते हैं कि ग्रामेटिकल करेक्ट इंग्लिश भी बोले, लेकिन मुझे हमें ग्रामर पे वर्क नहीं करना। सो अभी न्यू स्टूडेंट्स यही प्रॉब्लम है उनके कि ग्रामर पे वो काम नहीं करना चाहते। यस, बहुत
Yeah,
ज्यादा
but
डीप नॉलेज आपको स्पोकन इंग्लिश के लिए नहीं चाहिए। अग्री विथ यू,
no.
क्योंकि बहुत
Yeah,
ज्यादा डीप नहीं। वो जब आप प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हो किसी कॉम्पिटेटिव एग्जाम की, तो फिर आपको यू नीड डीप नॉलेज ऑफ ग्रामर एंड ऑल। बट
yeah,
स्पोकन इंग्लिश के लिए कुछ कुछ टॉपिक्स है अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, लाइक टेंसेस, वॉइसेस, मॉडल्स, देयर आर सम ऑफ द पॉइंट,
it's like that.
सम ऑफ द कॉमन थिंग इन ग्रामर विच यू हैव टू लर्न। आपको
We will
करना
have
ही
to
पड़ेगा
learn. Yeah,
डेफिनेटली।
yeah, we will have to learn. There is no another options. Because that same things happen with me also. When I started talking with people, on that time I knew it, then how to speak. But I didn't know then how to speak grammatical correction in my lines, in my framing.
Yeah.
So whenever I started talking with people, so I did mistake. A lot of mistake I did on that time. But
Yeah.
when I learned some grammatical portion, and my grammatical portion also uh, have become good on that time.
Hmm.
So whenever I did any mistakes, so on that same time I found my mistake and I rectified them.
Yeah.
So that was a good point with me. And I think that simple translations also I studied. Like I watched videos, like some YouTubers are also there on YouTube.
Hmm.
We can learn there Hindi to English translation. I think so.
Hmm.
It is also one of the greatest points for all of us to be learn something.
Definitely. Hmm.
On that time, our confidence level also grown up.
Hmm.
We feel like that, yeah, we are able to
Hmm.
at least speak like this line.
Hmm.
If I will tell you that मुझे पढ़ना चाहिए, if
Hmm.
we can see somewhere like that I should study, so on that time we learn that line like I should study. So
Yeah.
that is also a good way
Yeah.
to improve yourself and ourselves. Selves, I
Definitely.
think so. So my journey was so worse, I think so, because it was not easy for
Yeah.
me. It
But
was too hard when I started.
yeah.
But now I felt a little bit, I feel little bit good. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least I learned
Yeah,
something
right now you
from
are
my
very much
lessons.
able to speak, ma'am, and you are very fluent. And I think that you must be inspiring lots of student in your schools also. And
Yeah.
definitely because ये इंग्लिश सिर्फ एक लैंग्वेज के रूप में नहीं है। जब आप इंग्लिश, आप मुझे लगता है जब आप इंग्लिश बोलना जान जाते हो, तो फिर आपकी कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाती है। अपने आप में
So
बहुत
much.
सारी चीजों में कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ जाती है। लोग आपकी रिस्पेक्ट करने लगते हैं कि देखो इनको
Yeah.
इंग्लिश
Yeah.
बोलने आता है, राइट। स्पेशली छोटे
Yeah.
शहरों में और गाँव में बहुत ज्यादा लोग इज्जत करने लगते हैं। तो ये सारी
Yeah.
चीजें बहुत जरूरी है।
And I have seen a thing in a school also, in a lot of schools I have already, because I also studied from Navodaya Vidyalaya Samiti.
ओके
So
ओके।
I just think I remember one thing. When I studied in my school on that time, my English teacher was good. I
हम्म।
can't say like he was not good. He
ओके।
was good. But I think his English standard was not too high. I think he knew about how to speak, but he didn't say to us like, you have to speak
ओके।
and just converse, just start conversation with each other, like nothing happened like that. I think in schooling we have to start some implements, like we have to like forcing the students to speak in English, only in English period, I think so, only in English subject when we are studying to them. On that time we have to focus then how many students are there, they can easily speak in English or not. Because a lot of students I have seen, they are good in English language, but they are not good in English speaking. So that is
Yeah.
the very big point I
Yeah,
have
they are good in
mentioned
English as a subject. Means they know
as a
grammar, they
subject.
know how to translate, but they are not able to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
think practice is the only way
Okay, ma'am.
that
So
makes
one
super
question,
perfect.
one more question I want to ask you that
Yeah.
do you think that right now most of the people want to speak English, most of the students want to speak English, but what do they do? They do not join any class. Okay, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट ऐसे जो कि इंग्लिश तो इंग्लिश सीखना चाहते हैं, लेकिन वो क्या
Okay.
करते हैं, यूट्यूब पे जाके वीडियोस देखते हैं, सिर्फ वीडियोस देख के वहीं से सोचते हैं कि मैं सीख लूंगा इंग्लिश, और वहां से वो बहुत सारे टाइम बर्बाद करते हैं, और बहुत सारे टाइम बर्बाद करते हैं, और क्या होता है कि फिर वो सीख नहीं पाते। तो बचपन में क्या होता है, सारे जिनको भी प्रॉब्लम्स होती है वो सारी चीजों का क्लास ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं। जैसे फिजिक्स में प्रॉब्लम है तो फिजिक्स की क्लास ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं, मैथ्स में
Yeah.
प्रॉब्लम है तो मैथ्स की क्लास ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं। लेकिन जब इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज की बात आती है तो बच्चे सोचते हैं कि मैं सारी चीजें अपने से सीख लूंगा। तो क्या आपको
Yeah.
लगता है कि इंग्लिश की क्लास ज्वाइन करना चाहिए स्टूडेंट के, वेदर इट इज ऑफलाइन और ऑनलाइन, बट दे शुड ज्वाइन अ क्लास? व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट दिस?
According to me, if there is no environment around over there, so they have to start classes.
डेफिनेटली मैम, आई एग्री विथ यू।
Definitely. Because
क्योंकि
we
जब
can
आप किसी
learn a lot of things from YouTube also. We can't say like that.
Yeah, I mean, so YouTube,
Rather we are
from YouTube, you can learn lots of things,
lots
but
of
it
things.
is about language. Means जब आप classes, what I personally think, being और आप भी मुझे लगता है agree करोगे, being a teacher, कि जब आप किसी टीचर या किसी मेंटोर के साथ डायरेक्टली जुड़ते हो तो वो आपकी जर्नी को आसान कर देता है, क्योंकि वो बताता है आपको इसके बाद या ये करना, इसके बाद ये करना,
Yes,
मतलब आपको वो
step to
राइट
step.
पाथ दिखाता है, वो सीधा आपको दिखाता है कि आपको कैसे जाना है, इसके इस स्टेप के बाद इस स्टेप। लेकिन यूट्यूब में क्या
Sure.
होता है, जब आप एक कोई वीडियोस देखते हो, फिर क्या होता है, सेकेंडरी कोई वीडियो आ रहा है, उधर कोई कॉमेडी वीडियो आ गया, कोई हंसी वाला वीडियो, हम डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं, वहां पे जाके क्लिक कर देते हैं, फिर दूसरी
Yeah.
वीडियो देखने लगते हैं। ये प्रॉब्लम है यूट्यूब के साथ।
Yeah. And I think so we should avoid phone also,
या
because in a young age, in such a young age, students start like watching videos like that. So it is also a bad part of our life. I think so. In such a young age, I think so we have to avoid that kind of videos also.
या
But if your parents, in under observation of your parents, you have to watch some videos on that time. But if you are up to 10th standard up to 12th standard students, so you can watch some videos like that.
या
But I think if you are taking proper classes for speaking, so I think so that will be more beneficial for you all,
डेफिनेटली।
because we need practice. We need, until we do practice, we can't get
Can't
success in
speak,
speaking.
definitely. In any
Yeah,
field, yeah,
because that is
definitely.
a language. That is a language, na? And I think so. English is like really, it is only one part for our life that, uh, uh, like we can say, it is very much helpful for our upcoming time. Not
Definitely.
only for us, for our kids also.
Mhm.
If we are preparing ourselves best, so we are giving a good knowledge to our students, our children also. So that's why, if you are basically, when we go outside, so we can't learn many languages in a same time. So
Definitely.
that's why we have advantage for it. Just
Yeah,
learn
means
only a single
yeah, so
language.
I can elaborate this point with you, of you मैम। जैसे कि मतलब क्या होता है कि अगर हमें इंग्लिश अगर नहीं आएगी, इंग्लिश एक ग्लोबल लैंग्वेज है, इट इज अ ग्लोबल लैंग्वेज, इंग्लिश इज अ ग्लोबल एंड ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज टू। तो क्या होता है, जैसे मान लो कि हम सिर्फ जैसे मुझे हमें हिंदी आती है सिर्फ, ओके, हिंदी बोलने वाले हम लोग मान लो, और जब कोई बाहर जाता है, कोई दूसरे देश, मान लो जापान, वेयर इंग्लिश इज लाइक, वहाँ पे लोग जापानीज बोलेंगे, जापानीज लैंग्वेज, और या फिर चाइना, या फिर कोई ऐसी कंट्री जहाँ पे हिंदी नहीं बोली जाती है और आपको इंग्लिश नहीं आता, तो वहां के लोगों से आप कैसे कनेक्ट करेंगे? इवन अब मैं दूसरे देशों की भी बात छोड़ देता हूँ, इंडिया में ही अगर आप सिर्फ को हिंदी आता है और आपको सिर्फ हिंदी बोलने आता है, और आप चले जाओ जैसे कि तेलुगु
In
जहाँ पे
South
तेलुगु लैंग्वेज बोला
Southern
जाता है,
area,
वहाँ
we went.
के साउथ साइड में आप वहाँ के लोगों से कैसे कनेक्ट करोगे इफ यू डोंट नो हाउ टू
Yeah,
स्पीक इंग्लिश? तो वहां पे
according
आपको
to me,
इंग्लिश की जरूरत तो पड़ेगी।
this is the only way. In MNC, if we work in MNC, on that time also, we have a group
हम्म।
of a lot of people. So
हम्म।
on that time also, there is only single language, because we meet there different states people. So on that time, if we want to convey our like words and convey our feelings to others, so there
डेफिनेटली।
is only single language. English is the common language for
कॉमन
all of us.
लैंग्वेज, या
That's why it has become like one of the most important languages
Yeah.
for all of us.
Okay. So okay, ma'am. So we have concluded the we have concluded the all points right now. So आप अगर कोई एक न्यू स्टूडेंट है तो आप उनको क्या सजेशन दोगे इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज से? ओके, तो आप ये एक पॉइंट के बारे में अच्छे से थोड़े से बता दो और उसके बाद वी
Okay,
विल कंक्लूड द मीटिंग। ओके, कि एक
okay,
न्यू स्टूडेंट है जो अभी इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज की जर्नी स्टार्ट कर रहा है, जो कि अपनी
okay.
जिसको अब फ्लुएंट इंग्लिश बोलना है, तो उनको क्या क्या करना चाहिए कुछ स्टेप्स में आप बता दो इसको अच्छे से। जस्ट
Okay, okay. Thank you for giving me that kind of opportunity
Yeah, ma'am,
because
because you
I
have
don't
walked the path.
I don't think so. I am very well in that language,
Hmm.
but I think so. As far as English is concerned, so I just want to say to the new beginner students, newcomers who are just here and in another over there in the world
Hmm. Hmm.
who want to learn English. So I just want to say one thing.
Hmm.
Especially you have to learn, firstly, you have to learn some grammatical little bit portions
Yeah.
because if you haven't any knowledge about anything, if you are just completely beginners, it is your starting. So you have to think about some and to learn something grammatical portion like
Yeah.
modals, little bit things, and little sentences like a small sentences.
Hmm.
Then how to frame sentences. You know, some students I have seen they don't know how to frame the sentence. Like
Yeah.
what will come in the first of a line.
Yeah.
सो सबसे पहले आपको फ्रेम करना आना चाहिए
करना आना
कि
चाहिए।
लाइन के स्टार्टिंग में किसको रखना है फिर क्या आएगा सो जो सबसे कॉमन नॉलेज है वी विल हैव टू फोकस ऑन इट फर्स्टली
Yeah. The
टू
first
इम्प्रूव
point is
आवर
grammar. They have to work on grammar. Okay. First point is
ग्रामर
grammar. Okay, ma'am.
ग्रामर एंड द सेकंड पॉइंट आपको फ्रेमिंग पे मतलब ग्रामर को फ्रेम कैसे करेंगे
Hmm.
इफ यू नो little bit knowledge about grammar then how
Hmm.
to frame the sentences
Okay.
we have to know about it
Means
also
basically आप बोल सकते हो ट्रांसलेशन। Yeah.
translation yeah
ट्रांसलेशन।
some, you know some tutor I think some youtubers and some tutor avoid that kind of words like just stop imitating english to hindi and hindi to english
Yeah.
but it's my own experiences
Hmm.
like I just want to say one thing according to my experience how did I learn
Okay. Okay.
so
Yeah, ma'am.
that's
Yeah,
why I
definitely.
just want
Hmm.
to suggest
Okay.
like आपको हिंदी टू इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशन भी बहुत हेल्प करता है आपको
डेफिनेटली।
फर्स्ट
मतलब
स्टेप
अगर
को
मुझे
पकड़ने के लिए
या मुझे सिर्फ हिंदी अगर आती है तो मैं वहीं से तो कन्वर्ट करूंगा ना, राइट?
Surely, surely.
सो डेफिनेटली इंग्लिश टू हिंदी ट्रांसलेशन इज हिंदी टू इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशन इज नीडेड। इट इज
Yeah, in order to get improvement in ourselves,
डेफिनेटली।
we need because Hindi is our native language. So basically, whenever someone is speaking in English language, on that time also my our mind just start translating it into Hindi
या
because it happens with
या
all of us.
तो बचपन से हमने तो
No
हिंदी ही बोली
problem.
है।
या सो सबसे पहले हमें ट्रांसलेशन करना सीखना ही चाहिए कि स्टार्टिंग में लिटिल बिट हाउ वी कैन ट्रांसलेट इट एंड आफ्टर दैट और ये बात क्लियर है जब आपकी प्रैक्टिसिंग होनी स्टार्ट हो जाती है व्हेन यू डू प्रैक्टिस मोर एंड मोर ऑन दैट टाइम बेसिकली वी डोंट नीड टू ट्रांसलेट इन आवर माइंड लाइक
या
आई एम स्पीकिंग आई थिंक we both are speaking for a long time right now so we
डेफिनेटली
don't need to translate
ट्रांसलेट
then
एनीथिंग।
I'm not thinking then what to speak how to speak I'm just continuously speaking in front of you all. So
या
that is only happens that is a thing that creating by practice. If you are doing practice, so basically you can get everything.
या
It
सो
is
फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज
naturally.
ग्रामर,
Yeah,
सेकेंड इज ट्रांसलेशन एंड थर्ड इज प्रैक्टिस।
practice.
Practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anything
And
else you want to add?
no, there are I think a lot of like stuff in our YouTube also. Then how
Yeah.
to
But
improve like
these 3 points are the most important for
most
according
important
to you.
according to me because
Yeah.
I also didn't know how to speak and I learned it so basically I belong to very I think so I belong to a rural area so I can't say like that I studied when ever I was in I can't say like in my childhood when I was young age on that time I can't say I would speak fluent no not at all I learned it within 2 and 3 years so
Hmm.
if I can learn, so everyone can learn. It
Okay.
is sure.
Yeah.
Just do practice more and more.
डेफिनेटली। और आपने बहुत अच्छी अच्छी बातें शेयर की मैम, एंड पीपल एंड स्टूडेंट्स हैव लर्नड अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग थ्रू यू। सो मैं बस आज के वीडियो में मैं इतना ही रखना चाहूँगा मैम, एंड आई पर्सनली थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू
आपने
सो
बहुत
मच।
सारी चीज़ें शेयर की है, एंड आई वुड डेफिनेटली रिकनेक्ट विथ यू। अगर स्टूडेंट अगर कमेंट करते हैं कि आपके साथ और
ओके,
वीडियोस बनाया जाए, तो हम लोग फिर से
श्योर।
डेफिनेटली रिकनेक्ट
I
करेंगे
hope
और
so.
कॉन्वर्सेशन
I
करेंगे।
hope so. They will like me also, as well
Yeah,
as you,
definitely,
because
definitely.
I just feel like that if
Hmm,
we can change, we can't change the whole world, but
definitely.
we can, if we get chance to change only single one. So
Single
that
one.
will be a grateful moment for all of us. So
Agree with
that
you, ma'am.
will be
Agree with
really
you.
grateful for me if
Yeah.
I can change a single person in my life.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, ma'am.
Okay.
And please, students, comment if you want to say anything to Muskan, ma'am, and to me also. Okay, ma'am. So, so thank you, ma'am. And I want to say you first of all that everything whatever you have said here, that is commendable. Okay, and thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Bye, bye, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay, so everyone, thank you for watching this video. And let me say about me a bit, because मैंने अपने बारे में आपको उतना ज्यादा नहीं बताया, तो मैं थोड़ा सा अपने बारे में बताता हूँ। आई एम शशिकांत शाह, आई एम मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर, स्टडी स्किल ट्रेनर एंड इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज ट्रेनर. Motivational speaker, I do take motivational session in different like coaching institute, और अलग अलग जगहों पे मैं मोटिवेशनल सेशन लेता हूँ, जैसे छोटे स्कूल्स में, कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में, एंड सम ऑफ द लाइक पब्लिक प्लेसेस ऑल्सो. सो और स्टडी स्किल ट्रेनर के बारे में शायद आपको ना पता हो ज्यादा, मैं आपको थोड़ा सा स्टडी स्किल ट्रेनर के बारे में बता देता हूँ. स्टडी स्किल ट्रेनर वो होते हैं, आप कह सकते हो स्टडीज से रिलेटेड डॉक्टर. मतलब एक स्टूडेंट को स्टडीज से रिलेटेड जितनी भी प्रॉब्लम्स होती है, जैसे कि याद करते हैं, आपको याद नहीं रहता लॉन्ग टर्म तक, आपकी हैंडराइटिंग अच्छी नहीं होती है, आप बैठते हो तो बहुत सारे डिस्ट्रैक्शन है, मन नहीं लगता पढ़ने में, बहुत सारे डिस्ट्रैक्शन. तो जितने भी प्रॉब्लम्स स्टडी से रिलेटेड है, वो सारी स्टडी का प्रॉब्लम जो सॉल्व करता है, उसी को स्टडी स्किल ट्रेनर करते हैं. एंड दैट इज व्हाट आई एम. ओके. एंड आई एम ऑल्सो इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज ट्रेनर. सो अगर आप इंग्लिश पढ़ना चाहते हो, सीखना चाहते हो मुझसे, सो नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में मैंने एक दो लिंक दिया हुआ है, एक टेलीग्राम चैनल का. तो पहले आप टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन कर लो, वहां पे मैं बहुत सारी चीजें आपको सिखाता हूँ फ्री में. एंड सेकेंड इज दैट देर इज इंग्लिश विथ शशिकांत, एक लिंक है जो कि लैंडिंग पेज का है. जब आप वहां पे जाओगे और अपना फॉर्म, एक फॉर्म मिलेगा आपको, वहां पे आप सबमिट करो अपनी डिटेल्स, और फिर आप मेरे वर्कशॉप में फ्री अटेंड कर सकते हो. वर्कशॉप जो कि 3 घंटे का वर्कशॉप होता है, वहां पे मैं A to Z आपको इंग्लिश से रिलेटेड सारी चीजें बताता हूँ. कैसे आप जीरो टू हीरो इंग्लिश लेवल पे जा सकते हो, कैसे आप फ्लुएंटली इंग्लिश अपने डेली लाइफ में बोल सकते हो, और आप भी ऐसे सेशन कंडक्ट कर सकते हो और बोल सकते हो. ओके. तो अगर आप सीरियस हैं इंग्लिश सीखने को लेके, तो आप जाके जल्दी से ज्वाइन कर ले दोनों लिंक को, और दोनों जगह पे जाके रजिस्टर कर लें. और मैं आपको जो भी इस वीडियो से सीखा है आपने, अगर आपको कुछ अच्छे पॉइंट्स लगे और आप कुछ पूछना भी चाहते हो, तो आप सारी चीजें कमेंट जरूर करो. ओके. कमेंट जरूर करो, कमेंट कर दो, ताकि मैं फिर से आपके कमेंट्स पढ़ के फिर से मैं वीडियोस और ला सकूं आपके लिए. ओके. तो इस वीडियो में इतना ही, एंड थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो. थैंक यू. और कमेंट जाके जरूर करना. ओके. एंड ज्वाइन द लिंक. थैंक यू. थैंक्स अ लॉट.